Hi everybody, so today I come to you with something a little bit different, a little bit interesting. I'm clearing out a lot of my stuff because my family's holding a garage sale actually pretty soon. So I am going to be selling my very first Halloween costume. Well, it's not my very first Halloween costume, but it is the Halloween costume that sort of started my entire fascination with corsets in the first place. This is the costume that my mother and I made together. My mother probably did the most of the work though when I was in 9th grade. And this is the costume that we fashioned that pseudo corset out of a longline bra to fit underneath this dress. So don't have any false notions about this whatsoever. It is not historically accurate at all. It's kind of a mishmash of all my favorite features of different fashion eras, basically. So how we had made this was we just went to Goodwill, we found a lot of these 80s style velvet dresses, and so this is the bottom of one dress, and then I think this is either the top of another dress or it used to be a leotard. You can see that it has the loops here for the fingers so that the little points stay in form. And we just went to the local fabric land and bought some of this trim, and we kind of made it into that pointed shape, and then it comes around the back there as well. I'm going to try this on and see if it still fits me, but there's no guarantees in that. And the skirt here is fairly full, and I'm not sure if it's coming out on camera or if it's in frame, but it's actually gathered up at the front with these little pearly buttons right there. And this is a very heavy dress. It also has an underskirt, and then underneath that I also wore 1 or 2 petticoats. This skirt is not full enough that I could fit a full hoop skirt underneath there, but then again, you know, this was when I was 15 years old, so I didn't even know that hoop skirts were still available at the time. So I tried to put this on, and it actually wasn't really the waist that was the problem. I just couldn't fit this part over my shoulder blades. So that kind of goes to show how minuscule I was when I was like 15 years old. So those of you who are kind of 14, 15, 16 and you think you've stopped growing, probably not. I think I gained an inch in height and a little bit more breadth in my shoulders when I was somewhere around 19 or 20 years old. So for those of you who want to be a little bit taller, there's hope for you yet. I also tried this on my mannequin and it wouldn't fit over it. So I'm just going to show it laying flat like this. So a couple of the details here. You can see the sleeves and these really pretty beaded embellishment going over here. You can see that the top is actually made out of this highly coveted and extremely fashionable crushed velour. The sleeves are just a little bit, I wouldn't say puffy, but it has a little bit of elastic in it just to give it a tiny bit of an extra little volume there. And the neckline itself, you can wear it off the shoulder as sort of a boat neck, or you can actually wear it sort of like a scoop neck. What else in here? You can see the seam line where the top has actually met the bottom because white thread was used there. But, you know, it's a Halloween costume, it's not a wedding dress, so it didn't really matter. This was made rather in a hurry. We used the same embellishment there. We just used 3 rows of it going down into a point there, and it also wrapped around the other side until it met the zipper on the side there. This bottom here, I think it's also velour, but it's not crushed, it's just a solid. And this was, I think, a plus size dress that we just cut off the top, and then we took the waist and we gathered it and gathered it and gathered it with very heavy duty thread, because I remember the process of gathering and the thread breaking and how frustrating it was. So at the bottom here, you can see just a little bit of gathering at the bottom of the skirt, kind of going around. And this is probably somebody's old, yeah, it's a clip-on earring. So we probably found it at Goodwill, attached very professionally with a safety pin underneath, because we're such a couture house here. You can also see how the buttons totally match across the entire dress. But honestly, I think I was one of the only people in my high school who had a homemade costume. Everybody else purchased theirs. So that's all that I really wanted to show you about this costume. Fun fact, that Halloween they had a humongous costume contest, and I entered and I was booed off the stage. So I guess yeah, take that into consideration. So I hope you enjoyed this very quick case study on my incredibly not historically accurate dress here, but it was the first garment that required me to have a cinched waist underneath to get the right silhouette. So I hope you enjoyed this, and comment down below if you had any amazing Halloween costumes or cosplay costumes, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.